Daytime starts right now.
Welcome to Daytime, everyone, and happy Thursday. Things are getting sweet today. Great American Cookies are here with a star-studded display of options for you this Valentine's Day. So if you've waited till the last minute, you're in luck. And we're getting schooled on love with celebrity historian Raffi Andonian. He is taking us back in time with a fun history lesson in love and chocolate. Oh, Raffi, we love your history lessons. It's like we don't even realize we're getting a lesson, Xavier. It's just so much fun.
Well, we're actually getting a lesson in wardrobe and attire. I mean, the guy is sharp today.
I feel so underdressed.
Right?
Yeah, Raffi looks great. All of our guests look just magnificent today. So y'all will see soon enough. Yeah, there you go, Raffi. Milk it. More.
More ways than one.
Okay, well, speaking of sweet, y'all. Over 3,000 dogs from across the country and around the world travel to New York City for the 149th annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show later this week. So more than 2,500 pups will attend the three-day competition, which is the second longest continuously running sporting event behind the Kentucky Derby.
I love it.
It's a huge deal. So the prestigious Best in Show will be crowned in Madison Square Garden later this week. And fun fact, the first show, look, little history for you, Raffi. The first show was recorded in 1877.
My goodness.
I highly doubt those dogs were as pampered as the dogs are today. They live like we do.
Oh, they have their own apartments.
They do.
Beds, all of that.
Yes, they have their own place in the bed, on the couch.
Right.
Totally theirs. Yeah, I just took Chewy to the, not the vet, he hates the groomers yesterday, and I swear his haircut cost the same as mine.
Oh, my
goodness. Maybe more.
Wow.
It's a very expensive Shih Tzu. Speaking of expensive, sometimes it can get expensive when you're dating, right? And for all of you guys out there, a new study just found that nearly half of men ages 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person for a date. And that's really too bad because 75% of women that same age expressed a desire to be approached in person more often. They like it. They want you to come up to them and say, "Hi, my name is..."
Yeah, and I'm sure it varies upon approach, right?
Well, yeah, don't be a cheese ball.
Yeah,
don't be like,
weird.
"Hey, how you doing?"
Don't be creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be normal.
That's it.
But the great thing about meeting someone in person, Xavier, you know what you're getting. The real person is standing in front of you.
No catfish.
Yes.
Right. Got it.
Yes. So, guys, if you're thinking about it, just go for it. And this leads to our social media question. We want to know from you. The question is posted on our Facebook page. We want to know, have you ever used a cheesy pickup line that actually worked? And what was it? And it looks like we pulled one up now. We've already got a response because it's posted. So I can't see who sent this, but somebody said, "Where do I know you from? I swear we've met before." Worked pretty well for me in college. Well, Luis, good for you, buddy. If you need to try that line, maybe try it in person. You never know.
That's right.
Guys, well, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, in case you forgot, and we are sharing the love with celebrity historian Raffi Andonian. He is giving us the lovely history on how people of the past celebrated and thought about love and chocolate. So we've been doing this whole love and chocolate business a while, you're saying?
That's right. That's right. And I particularly love Valentine's Day. My birthday's in November.
Yeah.
So I think the celebrity historian might have started on a Valentine's Day evening.
Okay. Oh, I get it.
Doing some math there.
I get it there, Raffi.
So history and love go together for me.
They do. How long have we been celebrating Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day, in some fashion, goes back thousands of years. It goes back to ancient Rome, the original Roman Valentine's Day. Now, you're not going to believe this story. They would actually sacrifice some animals, use some of the animal hide to actually kind of spank or kind of beat
Did
the
you
whip.
say spank, Raffi?
Yeah, it's the truth. With the hide, the women.
Wait,
I swear,
Raffi,
you know
Raffi,
that
Raffi.
Cupid arrow in ancient Rome? That arrow means something else now to get.
I just heard the words hide and spank in the same sentence.
In ancient Rome, in that time period. And then what would happen is they would draw a lottery to couple up to go on a Valentine's Day date, if you will, over the course of that festival, staying together in ancient Rome. It's pretty incredible stuff to think about. Now, they were naughty.
Yeah.
Took different forms over time. It changed over time. There's a Shakespearean and a Chaucer version in English that starts associated with chocolate and Valentine's Day. But that's actually the origins of Valentine's Day, believe it or not. Yeah.
But it started with
whole different meaning of Valentine's Day and the Cupid arrow that you see from ancient Rome. Yeah.
Wow, okay. I want to discuss chocolate and sweets and how that came into play with Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. So the thing with chocolate is you got to understand the history of chocolate to understand how it gets associated with Valentine's Day and love particularly. So when you think about chocolate, originally it was a bitter beverage in Central America by the Olmecs and the Mayans. Now the Mayans would use it because it was bitter. And you might have seen this, like think of mole, for example, we still carry over. They would use it with chili and with honey. That's what they would have done in Central America. However, what happens over time, and the way they would use it, by the way, is at sort of special ceremonies, consecrating certain deals, doing things that had sort of this connection to the divine. So it always kind of had this connection, if you will. Well, Europeans arrive in the colonial period, and they don't like it bitter. So they do things like add cinnamon.
Okay.
So we have some cinnamon sticks, and sugar, which is at the time white gold. Now I love that this is called, but I do love that it's called imperial sugar. I'll tell you why, because in the colonial period, there were a lot of wars fought over access to sugar in Central and in South America, in the Caribbean, etc. It was known as white gold for a reason. And the reason I mention that is because sugar was very valued and prized, and it's being associated with chocolate. And when that happened in the hot chocolate, is how we would think of hot chocolate. They're not eating bars yet at that point. You have these fancy chocolate houses that are, in Europe, for example. So that gives you an idea of how we associate sort of the magicness and the luxury item of chocolate. Now, it eventually gets to be hard chocolate. Some of the first people to do that are Lindt, Hershey's, Cadbury. They're some of the first to make chocolate hard and edible. These are some of the original companies that did that.
This is my daughter Lexi's favorite chocolate bar. This one right here.
Oh, there you go. So she's she's OG. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Good
They're taking it from a drink over to something edible and hard. Well, let's go then to Valentine's Day, because some of the earliest was also Whitman's, and as I mentioned, you're going to then have the hard chocolates now in heart-shaped box. The first heart-shaped box is made by Cadbury, another one of the originals. We just saw the chocolate bar. Here they are in a chocolate heart. You see what I'm saying?
This clearly has not been to my house yet, because half of them don't have one bite. Because that's what happens at my house.
Here's what's interesting about the heart-shaped box. When that happens in the 19th century, the heart-shaped box starts to be something that people put little love poems and little souvenirs into, from their love. And what that means, of course, now you're increasingly associating the love and the heart and the chocolate that it came in, right? And then the note, exactly. There's associations. It happens gradually over time with these different things that are taking place. Now, Europeans also saw, when they encountered the chocolate, you know how it has the caffeine and other ingredients in it that give you a jolt? Well, when they felt that jolt, that energy, that stimulant, they also kind of connected it to something divine, the way that some of the Central Americans previously had done. So you think about that chocolate does have this intoxicating feeling across cultures over time. And of course, if we're going to talk love, some of the early stuff is this chocolate, some of the early hard chocolates is Hershey's Kisses.
My favorite.
And of course, talk about associating love and chocolate. You often see them displayed in this manner right here. So again, kisses, love, chocolate, all going together.
They do beautifully. And Raffi said, I don't want this to go to waste.
That's why I'm eating it.
You know what we're missing here? Where's Willy Wonka's chocolate?
That's what we should have.
That one out.
Exactly, There's that Willy Wonka in here.
Yes.
Now, real quick, what's interesting is how notions of love do change over time. That does matter in the way that this stuff is treated.
Yeah.
So in the ancient world, for example, you had examples of love being considered love and strife, kind of with the origin of the cosmos, the big burst, or the heart beating, actually. Again, heart and love and go together, because the heart kind of, the tension and the release, the tension and the release. And that was an association. Then you have Plato, who writes about Socrates and the different forms of love that he saw in citizenship, in earthliness, and also self-actualization, which we still talk about that as a form today. Self-love, self-discovery is the highest form of growth.
Of course we do.
Well, that comes from ancient Greece originally.
And it's all over social media
It is. It still goes on. Another example is St. Paul in the Christian era, when he talks about subserving the carnal love, the bodily love, the lustful love, to the heavenly love that's pure, like Jesus, because remember, he's a Christian saint. So he's going to look at it like Jesus did, sacrifice the body for the more holy love. And we still draw on that in different forms.
I'm getting the rap here, Raffi. We could go all day. Raffi could. He's a walking encyclopedia, you guys.
So different forms of love we still agree with today, and we still work with today.
Raffi, did everyone pay attention? There's going to be a test at the end of the hour, okay? Raffi, thank you so much. I wish we had more time. Thank you for bringing the sweets and for this super fun lesson. Of course. And if y'all would like more information on Raffi, he makes learning fun. You can go to celebrityhistorian.com, or you can follow him on Instagram at celebrity_historian. And don't go anywhere, because coming up, we're not done getting you ready for the big day of love. Our friends from Great American Cookie are pulling at the heartstrings with their mini cookie cakes that are available for you to send to that special someone. And I hear they're putting me on decorating duties when I join them up in the kitchen. This could go very badly, Xavier, or good. It depends. And if the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, Domino's Pizza is covering all their bases with their first ever pepperoni-inspired perfume. Plus, we're DIYing with the lovely Nicole Brown. She is showing us how to create a beautiful, whimsical, fresh flower arrangement, sure to wow anyone this Valentine's Day. We'll be right back. Can I have one?